I woke up one fine morning, went on Twitter, and saw that there was going to be a pop-up store in Brooklyn, New York for Genshin Impact. And being the immense and dedicated fan that I am, I just knew that I had to attend. But Brooklyn isn't necessarily close to where I live, and I didn't want to drive all the way down there alone, so I began to gather victims.
Hello, girls.
Hello.
Genshin Impact is having a pop-up store event in New York.
Continue.
It's a 4-hour drive.
Knowing I need to do more to convince them, I bought a whiteboard and we had a family meeting.
She said yes!
I began packing my things, the essentials. And thus on Friday morning, we began our 4-hour trip with my mother, aunt, 2 cousins, and my little sister Liz, who was more than excited to go. There was a lot of time for singing and pestering of truck drivers. Then my cousins found pink trees in Connecticut and we had to stop for a photo shoot. And I was freezing my ass off, but also I begged them to come, so I can't really complain. But then I found this perfect dandelion, and you know who else likes dandelions? Jean Gunhilder, dandelions for the dandelion night. Then we stayed in Connecticut for the night, but the next day, the line wrapped around the building and it was pouring! And I didn't bring an umbrella because I didn't think this far ahead, but luckily I'm an extrovert and very sociable, so I made some friends and they let me stay under their umbrella. After about 2 hours of standing in the rain, they came around and gave us these half-hour time slot windows so you could get out of the rain and just come back. So while I was standing out in the rain, my family was taking shelter in this little hut across from a cafe. I had to strip because I got soaked. You can actually see my shirt drying on the table. When it was nearing 5:30, we started to get back in line. The inside was pretty small, but there was this big thing with Catherine. There was a little place to take photos. You could pull these iridescent cards depending on how much money you spent. The way it worked is that they would have a display wall, and then you would walk up to a tablet where you would make a order, pay for it, and then they would call your name with that order number, and then you would just leave. Overall, it was an 8 out of 10 experience, with their stock being pretty limited, but definitely still something I wouldn't pass up. And here's some pictures of just a part of my haul.